Good evening, boys and girls. Welcome to tonight's video. This is going to be part one of fractions. This is going to be a pretty big review of stuff with fractions you learned in third grade. Tomorrow night is going to be two new things about fractions. So let's drive right in. So the first thing to know is some vocabulary words associated with fractions. The first one is numerator. That's the number of chosen parts. And the second word is denominator. That's the total amount of parts. So in this, where we have 4, 6, that means that something has been broken into 6 parts. That's the total amount of parts. And 4 of them have been chosen or shaded in or taken, eaten, something along that lines. So you should pause this video now to make sure you copy down everything here, because there's going to be some important information. I like to also think of denominator to remember where it goes. Denominator has a D in it, down has a D in it, and numerator has an N, just like north. That helps me remember north means up. So moving on to our first way that you might see a fraction, it's like this. It's kind of like a picture type thing. And so I'd like to know how much this is. If you want to challenge yourself, you can pause the video now and figure it out. If not, no problem, we'll go with it. So what I like to do is I like to count the total number of parts first. I actually get my denominator first, then I put in my numerator. So I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 total parts. That's my denominator. That goes on the bottom. Put my fraction bar. Now I'm going to count how many are shaded in for my numerator. So 1, 2, 3. 3/8. Pretty straightforward. Like I said, you've seen that in some form in younger grades. Sometimes you might have said 3 out of 8. In this grade, now we say 3/8. Now moving on to another example. These are a selection of my Avengers Blu-rays, and I want to know how many of them have Iron Man on the counter, or on the cover. So again, I'll count them all to get my new denominator. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's my denominator. Goes on the bottom. Fraction bar. Now I go back and I'm going to count how many have Iron Man on the cover. So I see Iron Man there. Don't see it there. Iron Man's on that one. Not on that one. He is on that one. He's right there. He's on that one. He's not on that one. He is on that one. He is not on that one. And he's not on that one. So now I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5/10, which I also know 5/10. Take 5 as half of 10, so I could also write that as 1/2. He is in half of the movies I have pictured there. So that about wraps it up for this video. A really short video for you because this was a review of third grade. Being back to school, you have 2 problems. First one is the circle thing. That's kind of like the bar that I showed you the first time. So I want to know what fraction this is. And a bonus, how else could you write that? Think about the last problem I just did. And then the second one is similar to the second problem I walked through. So what fraction of these movies have a number in the title? So I've got Toy Story 2, Agent Cody Banks 2, Bolt, Toy Story 3, and School of Rock. All great movies. You should check them out if you haven't seen them by now. But figure those out, bring them back to school, and I will see you in the morning.